Alright, welcome to another video. So it's been a while since I did a video, so good times, good news. I'll praise the mighty video. So let's go ahead and start this one off by just choosing like which one I want to make. I have a pretty clear no, okay. Yeah, so let's take a look at my channel and the videos I've made so far. So last video I just did like a check-in because I hadn't posted in like 6 days, so I just wanted to kind of remind myself what this channel was all about. And yeah, I think it makes sense to keep going, making videos with it. So the last video I did before that was EngineerKit, which is really, I think, probably the thing that makes the most sense for me to do going forward. It's tied to a larger group. I'm doing volunteer work that's kind of integrated with the people behind it. So I can talk about some of the work I do on there. The blog post by me will be posted very shortly, and it's yeah, it just makes sense, because if we take a look at the initiatives and we take a look at what we're trying to do here with my volunteer work, building T-shaped engineers, I think is this is kind of what interested me a lot in this, because anyone who's been following along with the channel, kind of the main theme on this channel has been to get ahead in your career. What do? Do you go for a cert? Do you try to do some freelance to get some professional experience? Do you pay exorbitant amounts of money to go get some sort of degree? Do you just read a book? Do you start your own YouTube channel? So there's an infinite number of things you can do to build an infinite number of skill sets. But I kind of narrowed it down to its most basics. And the most basic thing you can do when building a skill set is to either focus on depth or to focus on breadth. If you focus on depth, you'll be doing things like seeing a cert track all the way through. And that is what I decided to do. I decided to focus on depth. So I was going all the way down the cert tracks. I made it all the way down to the CCNP and Cisco. I made it all the way down to the JNCIP on Juniper. I attempted the JNCIE, which is kind of the equivalent of the CCIE, but for Juniper. So that's going all the way down the skill tree in a very specific, narrow niche, which is, legacy network engineering. Cloud is really what is the forefront and what matters. So, that's kind of the situation I found myself in is, hey, if I had studied cloud for the last, even 6 months, I might have, so I found myself in a situation where my choice to really focus on depth kind of came at an expense to me. So I definitely could have been better served to focus a bit more on breadth. So the purpose of a T-shaped engineer is somebody who has focused on both depth, which is we see down here, as well as breadth, as we see across there. And you develop this really valuable T-shape that means not only are you a CCIE, now, of course, okay, this in my mind does not mean, okay, now I'm a CCIE and I'm this and I'm that and I'm that. It, in my mind, is kind of a trade-off. It's like, do you go for that CCIE, give it everything you got, invest? There's a channel, Jeremiah Wolf, that is a really, really good channel. Oh, and I can get some sedentary time if I would like it. I'm actually doing pretty good right now, but there's a really good channel called Jeremiah Wolf that I've showed many times on here. And if there's an idea that I can equally focus on depth and breadth, I just want to dispel that notion right now, because if we look at the costs of the CCIE, you know, it's all outlined in this video that he made. And, you know, spoiler alert, it's expensive. It's very, very, very expensive. So it's you can get by with $12,000 for the training materials. On top of that, there's or actually, oh no, I think this is the range. So you can get, if you really cut your costs, you might be able to keep it under 12,000, but you should definitely have a budget of 20,000 that you're okay with losing. And it's not a gamble. It's a real investment that, well, I mean, he's going for the CCIEP enterprise. So, but I definitely stand behind certs. I think certs make sense, and I think it makes sense to get good depth by seeing a cert track all the way through. But I'm not here to tell you that you can become a better engineer by getting a CCIE in all the subjects, by getting Amazon cloud architecture, by getting a PhD. You know, you have to have kind of trade-offs. Like, if you can do all that, great, that's amazing. What I'm here to tell you to do is, when you have your CCNP for enterprise, really, really think, okay, here's the cost of the CCIE, $20,000. Here's the time. I've expanded a lot of depth in getting this CCNP. The CCNP itself requires a lot of depth. Is it time to keep expanding my depth, or will I be better served by now focusing on my breadth? And I will have $20,000 I can use to focus on my breadth. So that's what I'm here to tell you, is consider your depth and getting hyper focused on your breadth, or consider your breadth. So consider your generalist, the top of the T here. Consider that. And if you're hyper focused, you're dead set on getting the CCIE, kind of think more about your generalist skills. Do searches for jobs. So go to like monster.com. Like do those searches. So we're going to search for CCIE. Now you're going to find, of course, if I just search for a generalist, so like this is the, you have to be careful about what search terms you use. But so here's, you know, some of the jobs you could get with the CCIE, your junior network. Not exactly a junior network engineer, but let's now take a look at the jobs that you can get with a the highest AWS certification. Okay, so one of the highest AWS. So here we go. Here's an advanced networking certification for AWS, and this is a specialty cert. So I think this is the highest. I think it's kind of not. Yeah, so you have to, so let's do the advanced networking. Now remember, this is advanced networking in cloud, so it's really not the same thing at all as the CCIE. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to do, nope, I'm going to do, is there like a name for this? I mean, you have to be careful because sometimes you're not comparing apples to apples. So you definitely have to be careful about that. But let's do an AWS Certified Advanced Networking. Okay, and then we'll search for that, and see, we're not comparing absolutes, so it failed. But anyways, the point remains that this sort of thing, basically all I'm saying is, when it comes to your depth, you do that at your depth is breadth to an extent, but in my experience on this channel, thinking about my own directions in my career, I came to the conclusion that it was time to expand my breadth. And a good way to do that is to go through EngineerKit. So that's just a long, convoluted way to say this video is going to be a continuation on the EngineerKit series. So it's going to be part 4 of the infrastructure module.
All right, my check's off.
And I did not do my checks. Let me do them right now. Looks good. Noise floor check. All right, looks good. Although the noise floor check sometimes fails, even though it succeeds. All right, so, oh, you know what? I don't have it. So I'm going to open up Visual Studio Code. And I can actually do that same sort of mechanism where I save where I left off. So if we go to the modules and we go to infrastructure, okay, so I got this done. So we're going to move on to another resource. Okay, so we've got one in 10 minutes now. So let's move on to that one. I think that's the next. Kubernetes explained.
Kubernetes, a tool for managing and automating containerized workloads in the cloud. Imagine you have an orchestra.
Wait, I'm confused.
Amazon Web Services launched in 2006 with a total of 3 products: storage buckets, compute instance.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I was confused. I thought this one was only 100 seconds. Wait, I thought I completed this one. I don't know any of this. Oh, well, I know this from, I read a book earlier. So infrastructure as a service is something like, there's also function as a service, but let me see what yeah, and this isn't even yeah, what a disaster. I think it's time for some sedentary time. Okay. Man, my computer's just completely busted. Yeah, it's been acting kind of bad lately. It shouldn't take this long just to do this. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what to do if I can't use my computer. I mean, I think these are definitely both complete. Oh, you know what I can do? I can use the Anki cards and just try to try to get through some of these. Yeah, my Windows subsystem for Linux seems to be having issues. But let me go through these. Okay, so this is an AWS service. It's a computing service that introduces serverless computing, allowing you to run code in response to events. I don't know. Lambda. This is an AWS service, containerization service, stores and manages Docker container images. Kubernetes, right? Nope. Elastic Container Registry, ECR. This is an AWS service, containerization service that allows containers to behave like serverless functions. Don't know. Fargate. This is an AWS service, an analytics service, and it captures real-time data streams. Farsight? Kinesis. All right, so this is a AWS service, computing service, collects logs and metrics from EC2 instances. Don't know. CloudWatch. Robotics and IoT used for simulating and testing robots. RoboKit, ROBOKIT. RoboMaker. Manages Kubernetes clusters. I'm going to say Elastic something something. EKS. Is this... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a problem. If I can't open my Windows... Okay, now I can open it here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer here. So this is a new 2021 product for easy container development. No idea. App runner. Collects data from IoT devices, updates their software, manages them remotely. No idea. IoT core. Simplifies the deployment of web applications. No idea. Elastic Beanstalk. Ideal for applications with data processing needs. No idea. Elastic Block Storage. Allows purchase and subscription to third-party data. No idea. Data exchange. Connects data from satellites orbiting Earth through a global network of antennas. CloudWatch. Ground station. A framework for processing massive data sets. You know what I'm gonna do? This is useless. I'm just not. I'm gonna delete this whole deck, and then I'm gonna go up to Get Shared right here. I'm gonna check in on this. Okay, that's not working. And then I'm gonna do AWS. Okay, so now we've got some pre-built decks for AWS certification. So let's do certification. AWS certification. There we go. So we've got an AWS certifications deck with 404 notes in it. We've got a study guide here. So let's try to get some more information about which AWS cert this applies to. So this is for associate certifications. So let's take a look at the AWS certifications guide. All right, and then here's all the associate certifications. So these are kind of the first level certifications. Oh, a data engineer. That ooh. Okay, and then the foundational. So I have very strong on-premise IT experience. I also do have maybe a little bit of prior cloud. I did work in an environment that used some AWS services. So I think associate makes sense for me. Yeah, so let's stick to the associate level, and now I can choose between sysops, between developer, and between solutions architect. So we'll open both of them. This is the one I really want, but it looks like it's in beta. And I think this is the main thing. We got to look at which ones are being decommissioned, which ones are being changed, and pick the one that's more Lindy. So this is core AWS services uses. So I like this one. Confidence and credibility. That's kind of what I need. Yeah, I feel like this one's really good. This one, yeah, this one that it's not even. Yeah, they're rewriting this whole one. So who should take this exam? Let's go down to that section for all three of them. So let's see here. Experience in AWS technology. I mean, I have a little bit, but not like a ton. Strong IT. Definitely have that. Not so much that. Okay, so I don't think this one is the best. I don't know. Let's do this. Oh, and I have to do this in this browser because it supports voice. Ow. Wait. Man, my whole computer is just messed up. Oh, that wasn't even enabled. What? All right, my whole computer is just completely messed up. So I think what I'm gonna do is pause the video. But if I reboot my computer, I'll have to make another video. I mean, I could do that. But it looks like my whole computer is just completely screwed up. Oh, this is good. Oh, wait. Okay. Are you my... Wait, what? Okay, fine. Can you do anything? Are you able to do anything? Can you do anything? Oh, here we go. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, you can. Great. All right, there we go. I mean that always could work. What I want is the playback.
And a message.
All right. Well, I guess I can just read it. It doesn't matter. So, okay, so let's focus on the associate level certs. Tell me about the different associate level certifications. Okay, so here we go. It's not going to read it, but that's okay, I think. Um, Shoot. So let me read about them. So here's the sysop. Yeah, so this one's kind of not for me. Here's the developer. Okay, it's in beta or retired. Okay, so if my number one goal in my life and for the rest of my career is to continue working 100% remote location independent so I can live a lifestyle by my own terms and adhere to things like a vegan philosophy and like the best known longevity and wellness practices and like not have to make concessions for bad reasons made by people who just kind of have more privilege than I do and don't really, I think, make better choices necessarily. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of off topic with that. Well, let me just ask it. So, like, which certification would be best if my number one goal is to continue working remote? All right, so it's saying solutions architect is probably a good one. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually not the developer one is number 3. It's kind of, I think it might be making stuff up. Okay, great, but stick to the associate level. Like, and even, you know what? Tell me if it makes sense to get the basics one. I forget what it is. It's called the cloud practitioner professional. Like, no, sorry, the foundational cloud practitioner cert. Like, can I skip that one or should I get that one first? Like, is that what makes the most sense to get first, or can I jump right to the associate? I mean, I feel like it might make sense. You know what? Let me try this. Let me actually look for a deck for the cloud practitioner, and then start there, because I don't want to just give I don't want to just fork over money. Like, I want to take the least number of tests for the least amount of money. Man, my computer is just, I feel like a lot of it is just my computer, because oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so let's sort by notes. So this one has SB. I don't know what that is. All right, now let's sort by ratings. This one has 21. Okay, so this is not bad. I like how they have useless. What does that mean? See, this is a problem. I don't, because then you have to unlearn it. You got to be careful with just using somebody else's deck, because there might be errors in it, or it might not be relevant to what you want to do. I mean, I feel like this one's pretty good. Okay, and it's from the course, so AWS.training. Yeah, I like how he gives a training resource right there. So I think I really trust that one, 'cause even though there's like 2 bad reviews. I mean, there's only 2 bad reviews, and then one of them just says that like the question is weird. Oh, well, it says that it's false. But big data, technology fundamentals. You know what? I think I gotta pause it for a bit, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So let's keep going with this. So basically where we're at now, to summarize, is my flow is just completely interrupted because for some reason something's going on with my computer where I can't do the things I can normally do. So one thing I can't do is when I'm in the basic Microsoft Windows command prompt. I don't even think it's PowerShell. But I'm just gonna call it PowerShell. When I'm in PowerShell, I can't do Bash. I mean, PowerShell is different actually. Yeah, because it'll say that it's PowerShell, and I actually prefer to use this one. But basically, can I do it from PowerShell? No. So yeah, where we're at now is my flow is interrupted. When I'm in a regular shell or PowerShell, I can't just hit bash like I normally would. And then when I go directly to the bash shell, I can't hit code like I would normally would. So my flow is completely interrupted because I rely upon this Visual Studio Code program. And it's just, yeah, I've talked about this many times on the channel. It seems like something always goes wrong with it, which is so frustrating. I'd rather just use a paper and pencil if I can get my work actually done. So I've got 3 minutes of active time on the clock right now, and I'm just thinking about what is the best way to approach this module and what I can do, even though my computer's, because ideally what I'd like to do is restart my computer and hopefully I can do the same things I've been doing once the issue is resolved. I don't know what the issue is, but one thing I would like to do is just kind of do other things that I can do without having to rely on this workflow that I've established. And one of the things is kind of look into AWS certs, because I think that makes a lot of sense for me. The problem with AWS certs is you have to pick the right path of the cert, and that's kind of a problem with Juniper, with all certification programs. It might seem like, oh, okay, there's all these different paths to choose from and all these different technologies. That's a good thing. Well, where I'm coming from, it's like it kind of is, because you get, you can do you can focus on the niche that you're interested in. But at the same time, it's kind of bad, because if you pick the wrong one, then you've invested all this time and money just to get nothing in return. So it's important to pick ones that serve as a shelling point for the industry. And that's something that, even if it's kind of not the cert that's most, relevant, it's a cert that's most recognized. That's, I think, a really important thing. And then the other important thing in my mind is to pick one that has the Lindy effect, where you're going to be learning about stuff that have always been relevant and that will remain relevant during the future. Those are two important things. So, but for me, I really do think my AWS skills could benefit from the absolute most foundational basic thing possible. So I'm gonna start with this deck here, and then I'd like to take the training course as well. I think there's a free training course. I can take that. I started the big data training course at some point. I started in 2018, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to withdraw that. Obviously, I'm not making enough progress on that. So, so now let's look for the course that was recommended in the card, which is the and then there's also a free code camp video. and this is an AWS Cloud Practitioner. All right, 25 minutes of sedentary time if I want it. I'm feeling good right now. Don't want it. Okay, so it's a 4 hour. Yeah. And it's $100. I don't think I'm going to be sitting for this one, but I think it definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense to it definitely makes sense to shoot.
Hey, this.
Oh, here's the video. Explore fault along. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense. What I'm going to do now is download this and open it. Okay, so I've got 200 cards to go through. Let me just do let me do a calculator on here. So I've got like 200. So if I do 30 a day, it'll be like a week. Let me do 15 a day. That'll be like 2 weeks. All right, and then we're gonna change it to AWS Cloud. Practitioner is such a difficult word to spell. Practitioner. Okay. Practitioner. And then I'm gonna say foundational entry cert. Okay, and I'm not going to sit for this one. You know what I can do? Because there's so because it's nested like that, I can rename each of these with each of the resources that'll be good to go through. So the first resource that'll be good is just this here, because this has a list of resources. So let's do that. So we're going to rename this to the link. And then if I want to find that link. Oh, it looks like when I renamed it, it took it out of the. Yeah, so it looks like it did additional things that I did not think it would do. Okay, but I can Control Z, which is good. Oh, I guess if I just put it after this double like that, then it should be good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's so this has the free videos. If I just if I just grab this like that and then go in here and then put that in, now I'm back to this post, so I can prove it by doing it in another tab. And now I've got these videos and these exercises to go through. Okay, so that's a good resource. And then the second one would be the actual official here. So we're going to do skill level, fundamental. Then we're going to do offered by AWS. And then okay, so now we've actually got 4 links here, but hopefully one it takes you to all 4. Oh, you have to find a class. And I don't know where there's 2 out of 2. Oh, here's 2 out of 2. Yeah, you have to find a class with these. Oh, there's classes there. Virtual classroom. Shoot. Okay, I guess I'm not that big of a fan of those because they're difficult to sign up for, in my opinion. Oh, you gotta pay for all these? I mean, I'll pay for the cert that I actually want. This cert, I just want the basic foundations. Oh man. I mean, I guess I don't need. Yeah. Right. So I want to pass and not lose my funds. Yeah, so these are all fine. You need an account for this one. All right, so if I click up here to my courses, I hopefully will see it. Ah, I see it. Okay, perfect. So there's 2 lessons here. Now this won't be the one I actually take. I'm going to skip right to the associated. It's only $100, so it might make sense, but it might make sense to take it. I don't know. I feel like just getting an easy win would be nice for me right now. What? Hardest exam? All right, so that is that. Now I've got the Reddit link. So if I go to Dex, got to the foundational entry cert. Okay, yeah, so this looks good. Let's try to do 15. I don't think I'll know any of these. Okay, so it shows the header there, and then it shows the question down here. So name 2 AWS services that are global instead of regional. I don't know. So 5.3 in CloudFront. Amazon RDS is advantageous because I don't know. AWS manages the OS. In computing, a blank can be a web browser, a client. All right, so let's put that aside for now. Those will be after I've actually looked through the courses. Okay, so okay, I'm pause it and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got some sedentary time on the clock. All right, shifting over to sitting down for a bit. And yeah, so kind of didn't do a whole lot. Oh, that's right, because my computer's screwed up. So I'm gonna just get to the hour mark and put a cap to this video. I think I've pretty satisfied with what I did so far, because as I said, Anki should be the #1 priority of any like intellectual work professional. So I guess I could just try to finish up all these. So global instead of regional, I saw that. So it's 5.3 and it's CloudFront. Yeah, okay, so I got that one right. Because AWS something OS. AWS manages the OS. Resource requirements. I'm gonna say EC2. Okay. A client. Yep. Computing a client can be a web browser that a blank person interacts with to make requests to computer servers. A blank can be services. So a server. CD. Oh, what? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so the payment model is blank and pay for what you use, pay as you go and pay as you use. Cloud-based deployment. Okay, so run all parts of the application in the cloud, migrate existing applications to the cloud, design and build new applications in the cloud. On-premises deployment, deploy resources by using virtualization and resource management tools, increase resource utilization by using application management and virtualization technologies. Okay. Cloud computing is the blank resources with pay-as-you-go pricing, pay-as-you-use, on-demand delivery of IT. Okay. Pay-as-you-go and pay-as-you-use. Yeah, pay for what you use. Got it right. Run all parts of the application in the cloud. Migrate. So this is like AWS deployment. Yeah, cloud-based deployment. I got that right. Deploy resources by using virtualization and resource management tools. Increase resource utilization by using application management and virtualization technologies. I don't know this one. On-premise deployment. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT services with blank pay-as-you-go pricing. Because AWS manages the OS. Got it right. A server. Got it. Client that a user interacts with to manipulate servers. Interacts with to make requests to computer servers. That was close. So cloud computing is the on-demand. Okay, go. Cloud-based. There's 3 items here. I forget what each one was. The first one is run all parts of the application in the cloud. Okay. Migrate existing applications to the cloud. Design and build new applications in the cloud. Pay as you go. Is the blank resources. Something IT. On-demand delivery of IT resources. Deploy resources by using virtualization and resource management tools. Increase resource utilization by using application management and virtualization technologies. On-premise deployment. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of pay-as-you-go pricing. Yeah, okay, got it. User interacts with to blank. Person interacts with to make requests to computer servers. Cloud-based deployment. Run all parts of the application in the cloud. Alright. Did a person use this to interact with computing servers? To make requests to computer servers? It's close enough. On-demand delivery of IT resources. Yep. 3, run all parts of the application in the cloud. Migrate. So run, migrate, design, and build. This is on-premise. Yeah, deployment. Yep. So cloud-based deployment. Run. Design, build. And migrate. Okay. CloudFront and 5.3. Yep. Cloud-based deployment. Run, migrate, design, and build. Yep. Used manually. EC2. Got it. I don't remember. So deploy. And then increase. Nope. Computing a client. Got it. Run all parts of the application in the cloud. Migrate existing applications to the cloud. Design and build new applications in the cloud. Interesting. This is AWS cloud deployment. Yeah, cloud-based deployment. Got it. On-premise would be, I don't know. Okay, and then pay-as-you-go and pay for what you use. Yep. Don't know. Because AWS manages the OS. Yeah. Don't know. Cloud computing. Yeah. On-premise deployment. This is the one I don't know. It's deploy resources by using virtualization and resource management tools. Increase resource utilization by using application management and virtualization technologies. So in computing, a client can be a web browser or a desktop application that a person uses to blank computing servers. Make requests to computing servers? Yeah, a person interacts with to make requests to computer servers. Got it. Okay, so server. Yeah. On-premise deployment. Oh, this is the one I don't know. Females pay as you go. On-premise deployment. They're going to keep asking me this one because I keep getting it wrong. Deploy resources by using virtualization. So on-premise deployment is virtualization and resource management, and it's application management. So you can deploy through virtualization and resource management, and then you can increase utilization using application management and virtualization. Cloud computing is the pay for what you use. Oh, sorry. Just saw this one. So it's you can increase and you can deploy. So is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Got it. Okay. Increase utilization and deploy. Deploy resources. I'm gonna say I got that one right. Cloud-based deployment. This is cloud-based deployment. Okay. So run, migrate, design, and build. With delivery of IT resources with pay-as-you-go pricing. Yeah. Okay. Cloud-based deployment is this is build, develop and build, migrate, and deploy. So run, migrate, design, and build. Deploy. So this is on-premise. On-premise. Yeah, development. Yeah, okay. Run, migrate, design, and build. Cloud computing is the pay for what you use. Oh, sorry, got that wrong. Run. This is the this is the one where you can increase capacity and then you can deploy using like virtualization. Yeah, using virtualization. Yeah. Okay, so I think I got that right. Is the on-demand deployment of IT resources. Okay. Cloud-based deployment. This is the run, migrate, design, and build. Yeah. Alright, so cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Alright, got it. So I'm pretty happy with that. That should take me to the 1 hour mark. Yep, I'm at the 1 hour mark, so I'm pretty happy with this video. Didn't really knock off anything from there, but you know, this section is all about cloud networking and AWS. This is about infrastructure, and nowadays in the modern world, infrastructure is going to be basically all cloud. We do have some internet as well. So like on-premise networking and TCP/IP, that is a valuable skill set, kind of what I would call legacy networking skills. Still valuable if you can get your CCIE infrastructure. That's not a small thing, so do it. But I don't think it matters nearly as much as cloud does nowadays. I could see that changing because the pay-as-you-go pricing and pay-for-what-you-go pricing just, I feel like, has a lot of pitfalls where like you accidentally leave it running, and like the other thing is you're giving up your rights to your data in a sense by having it on somebody else's. It's like, how much can you trust, especially with like, some of these companies are doing things with like return to office orders, RTOs, where it's like, they say that they are remote first, but then they're not practicing what they preach. And then, it's like some of these companies, and I'm not here to bash companies or say bad things. I'm here to focus on the technology and the skills you need to get hired. So, but it's important to know the trade-offs between on-premise and cloud. And in my mind, one of the problems with cloud could be that your data doesn't belong to you, and that could cause issues. So that being said, cloud, I think, is here to stay in whatever capacity, but it's not the only option, even though sometimes it probably is the best. But yeah, so and this is part of a generalist skill set too. So like, yeah, if you're a 40-year expert in infrastructure, you might come to the conclusion that, hey, like, for like, if you use cloud services in this way, after a year you'll have spent $100,000 with pay-as-you-go pricing, and you'll get this and that. But $20,000 up front will get you on-premise stuff that belongs to you, and that has this and this advantage. So like, you can do a cost-benefit analysis, and I feel like my bias is more towards on-premise, but it's about that's where my depth kind of lies. So that kind of makes sense. So all right, so that's going to be it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, where I kind of get my flow back and start to knock off some of these resources more, and then knock off these learning outcomes more. Have some conversations with the AI about that. Make some notes. Do the exercises. So there's exercise here. Yeah. Okay. This goes to the exercise folder. Now the thing is, this is just one exercise. There's 5 exercises, so I'm not sure. Oh, I see. So the rest of the exercises, are in there. Okay, so that's it. So when I come back, I think what I'm gonna do. I mean, first of all, this is complete. So this can be knocked off. So when I come back, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna knock this off. So let me do a start like this. Okay, I don't remember what I did. So that's not. Let's see here, videos. Okay. Oh, okay. So here's this. Oh, I got it right. I don't know. Okay, I guess it's just not. Okay, I guess I can't match on that. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do yeah, like that. Okay, perfect. And then maybe from here I can do that. No, I can't. Okay, well, that's okay. I can just start it here. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I've got this Kubernetes one marked off, even though I honestly can't explain Kubernetes. So you know what? I'm gonna watch this quick just because I don't remember anything about it. I literally don't remember the first thing about it. And then I will end the video.
Kubernetes, a tool for managing and automating containerized workloads in the cloud. Imagine you have an orchestra. Think of each individual musician as a Docker container. To create beautiful music, we need a conductor to manage the musicians and set the tempo. Now imagine the conductor as Kubernetes and the orchestra as an app like Robinhood. When the markets are closed, an app like Robinhood isn't doing much, but when they open, it needs to fulfill millions of trades.
Oh, I remember.
Kubernetes is the tool that orchestrates the infrastructure to handle the changing workload. It can scale containers across multiple machines. And
I remember.
It knows how to replace it with a new one. A system deployed on Kubernetes is known as a cluster.
So it's
the brain of the operation is
it's basically like a just-in-time service. So let me go to and I have to go to it in another browser. So okay, so explain to me a just-in-time. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I wish this would just go away. It's such clutter, and it's not even loading. All right, so explain to me like the idea of a just-in-time service. And this is broken as well. It's because my whole computer's broken right now. Yeah, so it's like comes from the manufacturing industry. Okay, so now explain to me about Kubernetes. Like, is that a just-in-time service or is it something else? Oh, it's not. Okay. Okay. All right. So explain to me the differences. Like explain to me the ways that Kubernetes is similar and the ways that it is different to a just-in-time service. All right, so that's I'm happy with that. I gotta fix my computer, so let's finish watching this, and then I will shut everything down, reboot it. Hopefully, my computer will work, and might make another video.
As the control plane. It exposes an API server that can handle both internal and external requests to manage the cluster. It also contains its own key value database called etcd, used to store important information about running the cluster. What it's managing is one or more worker machines called nodes. When you hear node, think of a machine. Each node is running something called a kubelet, which is a tiny application that runs on the machine to communicate back with the main control plane mothership. Inside of each node, we have multiple pods, which is the smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes. When you hear pod, think of a pod of whales or containers running together. As the workload increases, Kubernetes can automatically scale horizontally by adding more nodes to the cluster. In the process, it takes care of complicated things like networking, secret management, persistent storage, and so on. It's designed for high availability, and one way it achieves that is by maintaining a replica set, which is just a set of running pods or containers ready to go at any given time. As a developer, you define objects in YAML that describe the desired state of your cluster. For example, we might have an Nginx deployment that has a replica set with 3 pods. In the spec field, we can define exactly how it should behave, like its containers, volumes, ports, and so on. You can then take this configuration and use it to provision and scale containers automatically, and ensure that they're always up and running and healthy. This has been Kubernetes in 100 seconds. Like and subscribe for more, and you can support my work by sponsoring me on GitHub or by becoming a pro member at Fireship.io for even more content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
All right, so I'm really happy with that. Just a refresher on that because it's a short one. So, yep, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.